Hi there, and welcome to Home Wizards. I'm Cindy Dole.
Hey, I'm Eric Stromer.
How are the pine needles on your Christmas tree?
Pine needles, they always are a bit of an issue, and I tell you, I think they came a little sooner than they did last time because I had the heat going a little more.
I have to tell you that we have hardly any pine needles on the ground because of the margarita mix.
That tree was drunk with desire, that tree.
I didn't put any booze in it. I did just the citrus with
just
the
sweet and the sour.
But now Christmas has come and gone.
Yeah.
How long do you like to keep a Christmas tree up, by the way? Some people
very
like January
good question.
6th.
Very good question. I'll tell you, I would have kept mine probably for the next 5 months, but my mother-in-law is there, and she suggested we do this tomorrow.
Oh, put it down.
It's going down tomorrow.
Okay. Well, so let's talk about how do you...
So this is very timely.
How do you dispose of the tree and, most importantly, clean up the needles? Because that's one of the dreaded things, because for some people, 6 months from now, in the carpet, oh, look, there's a few more of those needles just kind of tucked away inside there.
They get embedded in all things, the upholstery, the carpet, everything. Yeah.
Now, did you have a tree skirt? You didn't. You went skirtless.
I went skirtless. Yeah, I had no pants on my tree, no skirt. I had culottes on it.
Yeah, but here's some strategy. So basically, if you get a large plastic tree bag, a bed sheet, a broom, a dustpan, and a vacuum cleaner, or you might like your shop vac, huh?
Yeah, I think the shop vac is definitely the tool for this job. I find that the traditional vacuum cleaners sometimes aren't strong enough, and the pine needles clog up the rotating device.
And you can manipulate it more with this little, single.
Yeah,
hose.
I sweep the carpet with the broom. That moves them into a certain area. The pine needles into a certain area, but it's challenging without something really that has a tremendous amount of suction. So I think that's the best option if you have one. If we're going to be celebrating what Marilyn suggests, and this is something that a lot of people. It's amazing the power of a mother-in-law.
I know.
I mean, I wouldn't have. I would have wisdom. Thank you. That's right.
See, I got your
back.
What
a diplomat.
I got your back. So basically, you take all the decorations down, including the lights and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Although some people still want to have Christmas linger until New Year's and maybe even the Epiphany, January 6th, when a lot of people celebrate Christmas too. But let's say you wanted to start getting ready for this. I want to do this next year. Basically, you at the base of your tree, you get a large plastic tree bag or garbage bag, and then you cover that with the tree skirt. So now you're staged for this process now.
Oh, to pull it up like an accordion, like up and over.
But say you hadn't done that because we didn't know we were going to do this, but we're going to cover the whole tree in a plastic tree bag. Or wrap the tree in a bed sheet. Isn't that a great idea?
That is a great idea. Because, as you carry it out, that's when most of the needles fall off anyway. Right. It's all shaken down on the floor, right?
Right. And so now here's the other little pickle, though. You want to be careful, though, about the sap because, the base of the tree has really developed a thick coat of it now.
Sure.
And you want to make sure that you don't get that on the carpeting. There's ways to remove it, but just try to avoid it.
And then, a lot of people try and cheat a bit and not remove the stand in the house and carry it out.
Do you like that idea?
I don't because
it's going
to drip water all over the floor. Because, you think you've drained it, but there's always a little reservoir. So
what about like a turkey baster?
Well, that would work.
Turkey baster to get the water out.
I don't mind that.
If you have a good one. I have the kind where you think you're sucking it out and
nothing
then it just
happens.
It spits right back out. But
well, now if you have a shop vac, you can use that to suck the water out of the stand. Oh, yeah. You just have to take the paper filter out of the shop vac, and then it becomes a water.
And that's not an electrical hazard? You're okay?
No, you're fine with that.
That's a good idea.
They're made to do that, yeah.
All right. So if we could get the water out.
Or a big Hydra sponge, even if you stick the sponge in and just keep going to a small bowl or something like that. That works pretty good.
And if you are able to get all the water out, then it's okay, I guess, to keep the stand
The stand
attached.
Actually becomes an easy thing to hold on to. One side of the stand, one hand the stand, one hand the trunk, and then you just run out and try not hit furniture.
This might be a team effort, too.
Yeah, you could do two.
Now, when you bring the Christmas tree in, you say bring the trunk. Lead with the trunk.
I like to lead with it out, too. Yeah.
You do lead with the trunk out?
Yeah. You don't want those barbs to catch on the door because then all that stuff, and then it falls all over the floor again.
Okay. So we're going to lead with the trunk again, and we're going to clear the path, before you do it. It's like moving furniture,
right?
Yeah,
you want all those coffee tables out of the way. That can really get your shins.
And then after you once you're outside, you remove the stand, I guess, if it's still.
That's
and
right.
then you take the sheet off.
And then you just throw it in the street, hope someone comes to take it.
Well, you could, yeah, there's other things we're going to talk about that you can do with
there
your
are a
tree
lot
too.
of great things you can do.
It can become like a nice little nature preserve, for your friends. But so let's say that you are getting ready to put it on, by the trash with the recycle pickup, right? Yeah. But you still now have a bunch of needles that have fallen inside, and maybe there's a trail of them all the way through the front driveway.
Right.
So what do you recommend? Shop vac again? Long extension cord?
Steel BR600, the most powerful backpack blower known to mankind, and that just sends them into the neighbor's yard. I'll tell you, by the way, if you haven't gotten in the groove with this thing yet,
leaf blower.
A backpack blower. Yeah. Oh, it's literally it's a miracle thing. It feels like, you remember that guy, the Glad sandwich bag guy that had the hover, the jet pack?
Sure.
It really feels like one of those. This thing
like you're an astronaut all of a sudden.
It blasts leaves to kingdom come. So I would use that.
Okay.
If you don't have one of those, just a regular broom is fine. Or, you turn your shop vac backwards. If you plug the hose in the place where the air shoots out, it becomes a blower too. So you can use that to blow the pine needles away.
Good idea. Good idea.
Or even a hose with a sprayer on it. That'll work too.
And you might want to also just use the brush bar on the vacuum after, again, you're outside to remove any stuck needles.
Right.
Right? And cut loose any tinsel that might have gotten tangled around, right?
And boy, does it. And then, a lot of times if you don't get all your ornaments, you'll drop a couple and they'll shatter and break on the floor. I've had that happen quite a bit because you may not see them, or you don't realize they're in the back of the tree as you're taking it down. They'll fall and break. Again, that's a great thing for a shop vac, or, the broom with a dustpan if you have low pile carpet.
Now, if you get some sap on the carpet, if you have carpeting, right, or you get it on your furniture, you don't have to worry about it. There are some tricky little solutions. Basically, it's rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol is part of it with a hand sanitizer and some soft cloths or paper towels, and that'll take care of it if you get, some of that, on the carpet. Or, for instance, on your leather, if you have a leather sofa.
Yeah. Now, with the alcohol and the hand sanitizer, I would test an area that's under a couch or chair so you can make sure there's no bleeding with the color or staining. But
the recipe for leather is actually peanut butter, margarine, and soapy water. Not
just had that for breakfast this morning. What a coincidence.
And get the sap out.
Yummy.
Anyway, we get some more ideas for you to help you say goodbye to Christmas. Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole. You're listening to Home Wizards.